All right, we are in a new era of hack and slash games. Finally, been waiting 4 months for Ninja Gaiden news. I've been dying for 4 months to get something, just breadcrumbs, not Twitter clips. We already went through the Twitter clips. I don't want any more Twitter clips unless it's Ryu and his weapons or something. But we've been waiting so long for news on this game. They announced it literally 4 months ago with one of the best announcements. And recently, during the Xbox the Summer Game Fest, whatever, on Sunday, which was 2 days ago, we got this trailer, which is barely 2 minutes long, but it was hype enough, right? And today, this morning, I opened my eyes to a IGN gameplay trailer. So we are going to go through every bit of it, and I am absolutely going to break this down as much as I can. And most likely it will be another 40-minute video, considering I have to go through the article. I want to go through the article because it is a very interesting read, and then apparently not a lot of people know about the article. As you can see, there's some insanely gorgeous screenshots here, especially with the boy Ryu, the king, and these new enemies, everything. I'm gonna go through everything here. But first, we're gonna go through the trailer. If you want to watch the trailer yourself, Team Ninja, everybody has uploaded it everywhere. It's on PlayStation, it's on Xbox, it's on Game Awards, everything. If you want to watch it, Team Ninja Studio, search that up on YouTube, and bam, trailer comes up. So I'm just gonna slow mo through this. I'm gonna mute it because slow mo and audio does not. So I'm gonna put this on 25 and shut that down instantly. Skip a little bit. So first thing is this sword. What the heck is this sword? It's a little. Uh, it's not katana, right? It doesn't look like a Japanese blade. It looks like a demonic fantasy blade for the most part. The rigid edges here and all this and this this symbol is like some shredder shit from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It looks amazing. Thigh shot, but we go to that. We'll get to her in a second, right immediately after this. But this sword looks very much something that doesn't belong into the clans. This might be like an heirloom of the Raven clan that Yakimo's from. Maybe it's like a Yamato deal where you can open up portals to hell or something. Who knows? But yeah, new blade. Don't know if you'll get to use it. Hopefully we get to use it. That would be cool. We get an actual like knight type weapons, a straight sword. That'd be awesome. All right. Next thing. Yes, Corey Tuckman, we love you. Don't fumble. This lady, obviously, doing some Shrine Maiden shenanigans. Um, Memoji type of deal. She's definitely a Shrine Maiden, might be for the Raven Clan. And she's conversing with Yakima. She's most likely helping him. Yes, Team Ninja, we love you. Don't fumble this. She's conversing with Yakimo and this boy over here. I don't know who this is, but we'll talk about it. Maybe just the operator or narrator for the audience. Who knows? But yeah, definitely Shrine Maiden. The rings, they're not rings. Sorry, they're probably the straps from the wrist clothing thing. And oh my god, I did not notice her beautiful personalities down there. But oh well. Anyways, moving on. Break day trailer. Uh, don't know what this kanji is, even if it is a kanji. I'm not sure about that, but somebody maybe can translate it. It's a whole bunch of stuff mashed on top of it. But if I'm going on a limb, this looks like a lower jaw, and this looks like a top jaw, ear, eye. It's kind of has like a dragon feeling to it. It looks like a dragon's head. The rest of it looks like maybe a serpent dragon. But yeah, Shrine Maiden, probably the Memoji of Yakimo for the most part. That's Platinum Games. We love you. Please don't fumble this. And straight out the gate, new weapon. Because we've been asking for weapons. Everybody on Twitter, in their dreams, on videos, they've been asking for please more weapons, and I'm down with it. So Yakima looks the same. It looks a little bit better. Maybe it's because it's a brighter setting. It seems to be a little bit of sunlight here. So yeah, weapon. The interesting thing about the weapon so far, he has five. But you've seen more than that, and I'll explain why in a second. So this blade, cool little detail here too, definitely a maybe provided by the Shrine Maiden, because these stuff usually I forgot the official term for these things, but they are to protect you from spirits and stuff like that. It's Japanese like yokai stuff, right? If you played Neo, you'll know what I'm talking about. And the blade itself just it looks like a drill, right? It looks like a you spin it, it goes inside something like that. Enemies we've seen the same enemies that look to be everywhere. Yakimo is outside though. He's no longer in the city. He's outside. There's statue in these walls. They're actually part of the wall itself. That looks like a nose, but I'm pretty sure I'm just imagining. But yeah, enemies are fighting here. There's guns. We do have guns. Ninjas with guns, obviously. Or not ninjas, but soldiers with guns. That move, sick. I don't know what to deal with it, but that's awesome. Most likely a obliteration technique. And now we have the drill, the actual drill, the big one. And if you look at the handle of this thing, it is actually the sword we saw earlier. I can't really zoom in, but this is the sword. This is the same sword we saw here at the beginning. This is its raven blood form. So when it's normal, this is how the sword looks like. But when Yakimo holds the button down, holds the special, I'm guessing it's triangle or Y on Xbox. If you hold the special button, you charge up, you take away from that meter you have. We'll get to that too in the next video. When there's actually HUD, I can explain it probably better. When you hold triangle down, I think you charge the sword and it turns into this drill that just goes through and just shreds. And launcher, awesome. Cool little thing actually here. As far as UI goes, these are the special enemies. Hey, these are the special enemies we saw in some of the clips. So these guys are like a tier higher than your average Joe enemies you beat. And as you can see, there's an AOE line over here. There's some Final Fantasy 14, stuff. Um, there's a big attack coming. I don't know if you can do anything against this, like you can iframe through it, or you can counter it, you can parry it, anything like that. But since it's red, and red usually means you can't do anything but get out of dodge. I'm guessing it's like by the time that fills up, if you're not out of there, in which it's Ninja Gaiden, you should have enough speed to get out of any situation. You're out of there. Another obliteration technique, which is like gruesome. This guy already looks like he's cut in half now. He's nothing but a head. Probably that looked like a extra jump triangle. So you just a heavy slam. You just go straight down, and this 100% this was a transitional scene. It doesn't look like it was a natural thing. There was no enemies on random enemies, but yeah, reticence is there. Homeboy Ignis over here. He seems to have, I don't know if this is a tattoo or a scar, but up his neck, if you go, there is a scar of something or something. There's something. It might be a cut from his cheek all the way down to his neck, and most likely maybe his arm or something. You know the trend with scars leading from your arm usually to a different place. So don't know who he is. Don't know what he does. But he looks nice. He looks awesome. And the city, this looks like Ninja Gaiden 2, the mission you play with Rachel. This looks like that area. That was San Francisco? I don't know. But yeah, this looks like that area, but futurized a little bit. Buildings in the back do not look good in lights. So that okay. So now we move on to one new area, disco stuff. It's definitely a dance floor, open drinking. Yeah, this is definitely that. The amount of details in the background, so much better than any. I'd argue even say in many other hack and slash games, because there's actually so much stuff in the background to grab your attention. Something died here. This looks like green blood goo stuff. But anyways, now we have I'm gonna say the Yakumo staff. It's not the lunar staff, obviously, because interesting gimmicks to it. And same thing here. UT. Oh, sorry, obliteration technique. Boom. Dies. Look at the handle over here. Both ends have the same handle. Same thing here. And then you get the hammer. And if you could somehow see it, it has the same handle. So this is the staff. One of my friends pointed out that yes, this is the staff. This is the powered up version of the staff. This is the Yakumo staff turning when you power it up with the Raven Blood thing. It turns into this rocket powered hammer, which is a weapon I've been wanting for Nero in DMC for a very long time. But that's aside the point. Yakima beat him to the punch. He's already a better character. I joke, but we'll see. It looks awesome. I mean, it hits heavy and it seems fast. I don't like big weapons that are slow. I like big weapons being fast. I know it kind of takes the purpose of it. So being a fast weapon in Ninja Gaiden, even if you're big, it's awesome. And if anybody recognize this buddy over here, this was a little reference to a armadillo in Ninja Gaiden 2 after the airplane mission, or at the end of the airplane mission. Same attacks too. He's stationary. He's launching fiery balls at you, and you're supposed to dodge them somehow, but they explode on impact, so it's hard to dodge. They don't seem to have a long or like a massive hurt box, so the AOE seems to be a little bit generous. Let's go to this one. Can't say anything else about that. So, couple of things here. This looks like a super imp. The imp demons. This looks like a super version of him, like a big version of him, like an elite imp or something. Chest in the back, besides the point. He's already D-Lin, so he's most likely not a boss. This is going to be most likely a super enemy that pops up. Maybe this is the equivalent of the Vangils. Maybe Yakimo doesn't fight the Vangils on at least normal difficulty. I'm sure he'll fight them on the harder difficulties because of the anyway difference. But this might be a super imp or hit Yakimo's version of a Vangil target, a threat you have to deal with. So yeah, they seem to be just big. They're cool. The details are amazing. Legs are just, I fucking love the detail on these. The cut on the arm, the way it's like the limbed off, is just so much detail. It's not just a straight cut. No, it's actually up and a little bit to the right, up. These guys, if you watch Princess Mononoke, these faces will be familiar. I forgot the name of them for the life of me, but you have these guys here. So this might not be um on the Earth anymore or whatever universe they live in. This might be in like a yokai realm because you have all this stuff. Either that or maybe a realm type of thing, a realm shift of some time, and Yakumo slips into like a yokai realm. And that's where you face these bigger threats instead of the cyber ninjas and samurais. You actually fight these guys. Also, yeah, he's using the finisher. This is the obliteration technique against these guys, which looks absolutely extra, and I love it. Look at that blood. It looks like he just squashed a ketchup packet and just all over the place. This might be a ultimate technique. This looks like a spin ultimate technique, right? And you get this big finish, which is not a finish because not all the enemies are dead. This has something to do with the super move thing. That's another bar we'll talk about in the next video because there's a HUD there and there's things I can bring. And now we move on to the goat himself. I don't know what he did. He's a little too bloody. The state he's in under the rain, some of this blood gotta get washed off. So whatever he just finished disassembling is most likely dead 10 times to hell. He looks awesome. His voice actor, his English voice actor is not the same, apparently. But that aside, real quick, Ryu seems to be conversing with this lady, with this shrine lady. So cool aesthetic on the neck. I guess that's a cool way to do a choker. But Ryu seems to be in contact with this lady. Maybe Yakimo got in trouble. Maybe he did something he's not supposed to. Maybe he's in too much. He got too deep. So she's asking Ryu to help him out of that situation. This might be the conversation between them. Might be the plot point, but we'll see. I don't think Yakimo and Ryu are going to be like enemies. I think they're working towards the same goal, but the issue might be a little bit under Ryu's pay grade. Anyways, if you played Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, which I know a lot of people haven't, you should. Game is amazing. Combat, at least. But this seems to be a square, forward square into the teleport. This is in Ninja Gaiden 3. The square, and then into a launcher. Which this string existed in 3, at least this animation, this variant of it, but not in the same string that he does in 4. So I might be mistaken, and I'm sorry if I am. There's a lot of combo strings in Razor's Edge. So, but yeah, you can get a launcher off of that, and this is running. This is running square, light, triangle. This is a new launcher. This whole thing, he never had this. This is a new string. goes straight into Izuna drop. I do wonder if he keeps his signature Izuna drops for like every different weapons. That would be awesome. One more thing here. There seems to be like worm type creatures here. I don't know if they're enemies. I don't know if they're collectible, but it looks like a gourd wrapped in cloth. I might be mistaken about this, but it looks like an object wrapped in cloth. They're there too. That was like a scorpion type enemy. Had a tail, right? So they have the big tails. These are not the Tengus. These are new enemies. The jump is still back. Shuriken seems to stagger non-normal enemies. Although again, these guys might be your basic, average Joe type of shit. But yeah, your imps are back. Ryu always seems to be dealing with the same issues. Vangul right there too. This finisher was okay. That's a big deal. We gotta get to it. This finisher was in four. Oh, sorry, in three. That's from three. Now this Ryu seems to be neutral, but like not really because it's like moving forward. Maybe. Buddy over here. There's a shield guy, by the way. We're gonna deal with Riot Shield again. But Buddy seems to be having glowing eyes, which means an attack you probably can block. His colors are gone. He's faded. He has like a aura around him, right? And Ryu just, I think that's a perfect dodge. It didn't seem like a block. Either that, or he just activated the super move, which in Ryu's case follows up with this red line. It always has this red and black line. I guess he's Ichigo now. And he does like a mini gleaming blade and completely annihilates Buddy over here. And the shield guy behind him. The shield did not move. Nimpo, cool thing here. With Ryu's arm. So Ryu seems to have this thing that he always has the blue aura around his arm. I'm guessing when the super move, which there's a hot thing here, we'll see it later. When his super move is ready, his arms glow blue. Maybe that allows you to also use Nimpo aside from like Dragon Blade super moves. So this is your Inferno. He sends out 3 fireballs. I wonder if he can send out 4, but yeah, it completely obliterates. And Gleaming Blade, but the startup is different. It he goes up way farther than he does in 2, and it looks amazing. It just looks amazing. But yeah, he has extra aura and effects around him, and he pay attention to the effects afterwards. Every slash, black red line. You see the black and red line all over the place. And with a finisher that gives you this screen, you get this screen again. Akimo gets this too on his super moves. And speaking of Yakumo, this part is just showcasing some bosses and your character getting messed up a little bit. So, boss fight for Yakumo, you have Zamtrios from Moss Honor. It's a shark yokai, like a shark frog type of deal. Grab, and I think there's a struggle mechanic here because the shaking seems to be. It's not a contextual shaking. It actually looks like you can mash out of this grab. Maybe you have a very short time. Maybe the timer is actually even shorter on hard difficulties. But yeah, it looks like the Yakumo is trying to mash out of it. But he fails, or maybe this is the succeed version of it. Maybe if you don't mash out of it, he eats you completely or some shit. But yeah, that, another boss. Cool. I won't say Buddha statue. It's not a Buddha statue. This attack seems to be infuriating to deal with because the enemies in the sky, you can't really deal with him unless there's grappling around. I think this is the yokai shark again. It looks like it, but actually no, this is a different enemy. Okay, cool. And this guy. Keep it. By the way, pay attention to the area we're in. Yeah, you see the sword I was talking about at the beginning turns into this drill in the cutscene. He's just flexing. Oh, the details, the bells on the wings. This detail is amazing. But yeah, pay attention to this area. That Yakumo's fighting in. This stage, this arena, whatever you want to call it. Pay attention to this because I'm gonna bring it up later again. Didn't seem like an attack it could block, but there was no effects on it either, so maybe he just didn't block it. UT, maybe unique UT against bosses, but I'm pretty sure that's just a technique. Or maybe it's not neither. It's just contextual. This is definitely after the fight finishes. This might be just a cutscene or how you finish the fight in a contextual way. And that's the end of it. You get some God of War 3 ending exits out of this, and you see Ninja Gaiden 4, and then you receive this, all this. This is a whole different topic. So, pardon me. You get a deluxe edition for this game. You get Ryu's classic skin, the blue ninja outfit, with the scarf being there, and you get arguably his best outfit, the Ninja Gaiden 3. Sadly, with the fat one, as people call it, but yeah, with the grip of murder is still there. I'm glad it's not covering all of his body, but I think if they would be nice enough to add a toggle to this costume so I can just have his normal skin without the grip of murder, that would be fantastic. Now, a lot of people seem to overreact to this. That, oh, Ryu has one skin for the Dragon Sword, which is the Archfiend blade, which is destroyed now. So you cannot. There's no way you get this back canonically, most likely. Although they could always write some bullshit way to get it, but that's aside. People think this means Ryu only has one weapon because if you look over here, Yakumo also has two costumes. He has the Dark Dragon armor by the look of it, and he has a black and red with a mask. Um, Raven Ninja, Blood Raven Ninja costume. It looks awesome. And then as a pre-order bonus, you get the third costume for Yakumo, which looks like a shrine boy. Um, it's called the Dark Dragon Descendant Yakumo skin, right? And this one is Divine Chimera and Raven Master. The names are all down here if you want to take a look at it, but yeah. So it's interesting that they're selling you skins. I'm not gonna comment on that. I don't like microtransactions. I never have, never will. But if they're willing to put more costumes in the game, I'm sure not a lot of people would object. If as long as the price is not ludicrous, we wouldn't mind buying skins for the characters or even weapon skins. I know a lot of people would love that for like DMC franchise, so yes, probably not the best idea to do right now. We don't want to kill the game before it comes. But also here, so this is his dual blades. This is his base weapon. The first time you saw him, this is what he uses. And what this turns into, his main blade, which is I think it's called Divine Blades. That's the skin. That's the skin. That's not what the that's the name. Not the name of the actual blades. That's just the skin name. Like right here, Divine Chimera. This is the skin most likely. We got a Divine Blades. Is this skin variants of the blades? This blade in his Blood Raven form turns into a long blade. It's like a massive blade he swings around really slowly, and it delimbs pretty at a high rate. Um, you have the Divine Rod, which is Divine Rod would be this, the hammer, which is also the Lunar Staff. And you get the Divine Rapier, which is this, which turns into the drill. And you got the Divine Chest, which is the gauntlets weapons for Yakumo, but we haven't seen them in work yet. We have not seen his gauntlet weapons. One thing I'm curious about is that what is this? This weapon here, I don't think we've seen it unless this weapon is the blade form of the dual blades. Which would be weird because you don't see the alternative version of neither the hammers, you don't see the staff version of the hammer, and you don't see the big rapier mode or the big drill mode of the rapier. Same with the arms. The arms are just there. There's no alternative version of them. No Blood Raven form of them. Yeah, it'll most likely have it because it's a mechanic. It's a gameplay mechanic. It'll be weird if they doesn't have it. So probably we don't know what this weapon is. We haven't seen it, and we haven't seen this weapon either. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weapons at least for Yakumo confirmed. And if this is just a long version of the blades, then I guess we have 4 weapons, which I know it's a scary number for people that played Ninja Gaiden 3, the original version, before the DLC came. But yeah, this is the deluxe items and pre-order bonus. Also, for people that care, gameplay content included in this. You get 50k bonus ninja coins, which is in-game currency to buy moves for the characters. This is not some microtransaction garbage. This is just in-game store currency. You buy moves for the characters. This you earn this by killing enemies in the game. This is the equivalent to your essence and karma. This is in-game stuff, not a store thing. Okay. Life Elixir. Items are back. I know a lot of people wanted items from because Ninja Gaiden 3 was hell to go through on hard difficulties and people wanted the items. So items are back. Divine Life Elixir. I'm guessing this is the bigger heal. Incense of Rebirth. This is a resurrection, most likely. Crimson Blood Pellets. These are new. Crimson Blood Pellets, Sinjin War Brew, and Congo Iron Brew. Sinjin seems familiar, but I don't think these three have ever been into the game. So I'm guessing the Crimson Blood gives you your ultimate um thing, your whatchamacallit. Maybe your new ultimate, your new super move bar. Maybe it fills that up or gives you like an unlimited use for it for a certain amount of time. Senjin War Brew, it has war in it, so it's definitely an offensive item you can use. You can use this to give you something. Maybe it refills your Nimpo. And Congo Iron, no idea. Congo, whatever. Um, yeah, I'm curious to know what these items are. Not that it means I'll use them. I hate using items in any game. In Ninja Gaiden, don't be ashamed of using items. It is very, um, not acknowledged, but I forgot the word I was looking for. But yeah, they want you to use items. Encouraged. They using items is encouraged. You don't have to not use items to get through the game. That seems to be everything. And then the most joyful news of all, coming October 21st, 2025, on everything pretty much. Besides Switch, so take that, I guess. Xbox Series X and S, which I can imagine this was hell to develop. Xbox and PC, and Xbox Cloud, which is probably the new handheld device. And Steam, of course, will get it, so mods are going to be awesome. And PS5. The pre-orders are up everywhere. The pre-orders are up on Amazon, Walmart. Don't buy the Walmart version because apparently it's $999. I think someone mistyped it. And PS5. Uh, Personally, I'm gonna pre-order it a week or a couple of days before the game release. I don't like pre-ordering early because it sends a bad message into the industry. And yeah, Game Pass for people that own Game Pass, play day one with Game Pass or pre-order today. Up to you. It says right here console view. Shit's there. Okay, so we're done with that. Now, this was playing in the background, I guess. So today, literally, I'm not kidding you, 9 hours ago, this trailer came out. It's not trailer, sorry. This is gameplay trailer for Hands On. So first shot, we're gonna go through this pretty. Thank you to Ryan for also DMC Ryan. You know he's a hack and slash buddy, so thank you for providing the footage. That's not Ninja Gaiden. Don't worry about that. Okay, rapidly, right, repeatedly, flying bird flip. This is your, you know what this is. I don't have to explain it. Just and you all went off. And specifically with extra log so you can listen to it as long as you want. Objectives apparently spawn on the left side of your screen. It's a little too centered for my liking. I would like it a little maybe higher, but yeah, it's whatever. Its tutorials are going to be off after the first playthrough anyways. Wall running seems to be extremely longer, so you can stay on the wall for a much, much, much longer time. You don't fall after 2 steps. Okay, here we go. We finally got to the goddamn HUD that I've been waiting for 4 months. Health bar looks terrible. I don't like how simplistic it is, but better than Ninja Gaiden 3. Item seems to be here. He's carrying 5 healing items, so you're not limited to 3 anymore. You can go at least to 5. We know 5 is a thing. Karma is back. Karma was a thing in Ninja Gaiden 3 as currency. In Ninja Gaiden 2 was just a score, if I'm remembering correctly. Combo, as you can see, gives a plus. So it's not multiplicative, but you get extra points for landing longer hits. So I'm guessing if you get like 10 hits, you get 10 extra essence, or karma in this case. If you land 20, you get more. It might even be longer than that. Maybe if you get 100, it becomes a multiplier somewhere. But okay, now uh, RT, so that's right trigger. I'm pretty sure this is Xbox controller. So pardon me, I have not owned an Xbox for 13 years, I think. No longer than that. Definitely longer than that. But don't care to admit. The enemy power attack stagger against an enemy power attack, and it goes stagger. So I don't know what that means. So maybe if an enemy attacks you, if you do this motion, you do a parry, you do a block, or you do an attack to collide with their attack and fucks them over because obviously you are the stronger entity in this fight. Same input here. Right trigger plus X or triangle. So it's your square button or triangle or X, Y, your square triangle against a blocking enemy, and it staggers them. So if they're blocking, if you do whatever this is, which I am guessing, this means this is your Blood Raven. You actually use this bar. This is the bar that allows you to use Blood Raven attacks, which is where your weapon transforms into something else that's stronger and bigger. So this staggers, and you have right trigger, left trigger, Blood Raven form block. So this might be your super parry. I talked about this in the last clip where Yakumo parried. There was massive effects on the screen, and immediately the other person got delimbed and destroyed. He got obliterated, and just that was it. Against the boss, I don't know what it might do, but yeah, this is definitely a big deal because I think Blood Raven form block means you probably use this bar. You're sacrificing your super bar to do something. Now, weapon here, right? This this gives me a lot of information here. So you have up for your dual blades. It looks like you have a left, right, and a down, right? So you might be, if you press up again, you change to another weapon, and you can have two weapons you can easily switch between. That might be a way this goes. Or Yakumo has only 4 weapons, and up is dual blades, left is the rod, right is the claw maybe, and bottom is the rapier drill, right? That might be another way they go about it. We don't know, but this looks to be your directional inputs, your D-pad on your controller. And whatever this is, we do not find out what this is. This is a bar that's filling up. It's on a passively filling up. It passively fills up. And this might be the super move thing where we saw Ryu do the black lines, or Yakumo doing super moves with the spin thing, right? That might be that. Now, onto the gameplay, real quick. Enemies interacting with every slash you do, which is beautiful to look at, because a lot of games, like Souls games, like a lot of lazy hack and slash games, you are beating up on boulders that don't move. You are interacting with nothingness. They don't give a fuck what you're hitting them with. They just sit there and take it. They either super armor, Neo, Rise of Ronin, shit like that. You know, they either super armor it and just keep doing what they're doing, or they just don't interact with anything. Here, enemy interacted with everything Yakumo did, and then retaliated. That first attack, Yakumo blocked, white aura came out. Second attack, Yakumo blocked, orange aura. Third attack, red aura came out, right? And you're going to see this 2 more times at least. Apparently, if you block more than 3 attacks, your guard might shatter. I hope to God there's no claw ninjas in this, because those motherfuckers attack 30,000 times in 2 seconds. So maybe there's a built-in parry. It was a perfect dodge. White aura, orange aura, red aura, perfect dodge. Time slows down. Yakumo's out of dodge. You see the blue after effect, after images too. Goes back in, does the launcher against the boss enemy for some reason, does nothing. Now, cool thing here. Very cool thing here. Look at Yakumo's health. Look at this health bar right here. Chip damage. Guns do chip damage. He took chip damage. Guy fired a rocket. It didn't track. He's attacking and getting his chip damage back. The chip damage he took from gunshots, he is getting that shit back. Boom. All the health is back. Good old Ninja Gaiden Black stuff. We like that. Okay, so one confirmation: guns do chip damage. You no longer die by getting shot at like Ninja Gaiden 3. You actually have a fighting chance to get your health back. So now more than ever, you're incentivized to go after people with guns because you don't want to take chip damage. Because I think if you take chip damage and then you take an actual hit from something, not only are you going to take the full damage of the thing that hits you, you're also going to lose the chip damage you accumulated throughout taking gunshots. Super jump finisher, immediately teleported off the grapple, which is amazing. Yeah, yeah. He definitely grappled to the point, the vantage point there, and jumped down with a boom. Although I might be wrong on that, that might have been the ultimate technique finisher. Because if I remember that animation, that came from Ultimate Techniques back in the other trailers. But yeah, drop the vantage, immediate teleport, a technique because of the lamp. Now he's using. I'm guessing these are the light. Look at the bar here. See, the bar is full. Bar is absolutely full. After the OT finishes, boom. This bar also goes up a lot. A lot. It went up like a good 10%. Now he's using, I'm guessing, the right trigger and light attacks, non-charged. He's going through all this. And cool thing, off-screen dick hit over here. DMC is probably the only game that has an off-screen mechanic where enemies off-screen don't hit you unless they jump on screen for even a frame. They can initiate their attack. So Buddy over here initiated his attack, and you see, boom, exclamation mark, Snake, watch out, boss. Right, it's giving you a warning that something's coming. You need to be careful. I don't like this because it's handheldy. However, being handheld for something you cannot fucking see physically because it's not on screen, I'm okay with that. It's giving you visual feedback that you're gonna get fucked if you don't react to whatever is coming. You don't know what's coming still. You're gonna this is gonna get you're gonna learn this as you play the game on what you're fighting. What enemy has what attack that can reach me across the fucking screen? And this seems to be, sorry for the swearing. Um, I'm working on that. Anyways, but yes, the enemies can do lunge attacks that cover a long distance, and the game gives you a heads up to like, yo, buddy, watch your ass, something's coming. And Yakimo armor through it. He still takes chip damage when he armors through it. And there's some missiles, some dick hit somewhere is launching missiles, a whole bunch of essence on the ground. He got the chip damage back because he's doing damage. OT, done. That's it. So a lot of good things we learned there. We learned guns do chip damage, enemy attacks off screen give you a warning. I don't think every enemy does. I don't think every attack does. I think there are just certain attacks that enemies can do that can get on screen. They can get in your face instantly. They can close gaps. The game is like, yo, something's coming. Watch your ass. That's perfect. And chip damage is recoverable. That's awesome. And I think that icon pops up. You see that red icon that pops up, right? I think this is your lock on. I think Ninja Gaiden finally developed a mechanic to tell you who you're targeting. Because as much as I love to, Ryu does not attack what I want him to attack. Ryu attacks whatever is in front of you. You have to reposition yourself fully to attack whatever is in front of Ryu. Because there's directional inputs after certain combo strings, if you press it, instead of just aiming in that direction you want to attack, Ryu just might completely do a whole new string on the wrong enemy. So this is a good indication to give you visual feedback that, hey, you're attacking this guy. So if you want to attack somebody else, you better reposition. Which shift there. And I don't know what that was. Nothing in the HUD changes when his arm glows blue or red. But the one thing I noticed, his arm glows red as soon as he gets aggro. So this might be just a combat thing. It's like, hey, you have a full bar. Your arm is glowing. This is most likely the second fight in the game, by the way, because he doesn't have his second bar. And like nothing. He barely has 2 healing items, which I'm pretty sure the game gives you. You can't even use the 2 healing items, probably because it's full. This is probably the second or third fight in the game. This might be the first one. I can handle it, right? This might be the first fight. Joachim was giving feedback. He's like, hey, don't worry, I got this. Like, I can do this shit. So this is the first fight. And as soon as he gains aggro, the arm glows red. I'll be feedback that you can use your Blood Raven. The shit's maxed out. Don't sit on your resource. Again, attack the guy. Red eyes, different color. He has aura around him. Big, big distance. Big fucking distance. Insane tracking. Because Yakuza teleported to the right guy, and he was like, I'm still coming for your ass. Perfect dodge out of that shit. Dealing homeboy over there. Now he's dead. They can dodge. Instantly dismembered. They're done. I love this game. Now, again, he does charge moves without charging them. It's the Blood Raven. This area is gorgeous. This is probably before you fight the Fox Umbrella Lady or whatever it was. You can definitely feel some uh, the Nine Tail, a Fox Lady from Neo 2. Was it Neo 2 or Neo 1? I think it was Neo 1. Yeah, box there. We don't see him open it or kick it, whatever it is. We wanted to make sure it feels like a modernized high-speed game while staying true to what Ninja Gaiden is. Yuji Nakao, Platinum Games. This is beautiful because he's saying it, but you can see it too. You can confirm that what he's saying is not just some PR talk. They are staying true to Ninja Gaiden. They're keeping the best aspects of all the Ninja Gaiden games. They brought items back. The checkpoint system is good. It's the 3 checkpoint system. So we'll get to that too. But yeah, it's not like 2 where you fucking die and then you have to go. Like if you want to get back to the boss, you have to fight like 3 waves of enemy, which Black fixed. If you die in a boss fight in Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, you can restart at the boss fight. But yeah, the checkpoint system seems to be like 3s, which is great. I love 3's checkpoint system. No one gives 3 credit for everything it did right. They just see the faults in it. We are going against the trend, and you're gonna love this one. I know I fucking did. The trend being the Souls-like garbage shovelware you've seen all the time, everywhere. They specifically said something against it too. It said that we don't want to go against this. We don't want to be this. We don't want to be what classic hack and slashes are, because those games back in the day had an audience, and that audience still exists, and they're starving for this type of games. And truer words have never been spoken. Because how many Souls games did you saw at Summer Game Fest? How many Souls games have you seen for the past years? Every conference, there's like at least 3. There's as much Souls games, quote unquote Souls game. They're usually just cheap knockoffs, and as battle royales, as your extraction shooters. Right? There's oversaturation in this. So seeing a hack and slash game that's staying true to what it used to be is amazing. Ninja Gaiden 3, my baby. I love this game. I know a lot of people hate it, but I love it. City looks awesome. This is the start of the game. This 100% is the start of the game. If there's a prologue to this, or sorry, epilogue to this or something, there might be, but this is the start of it. These things, I'm still confused about what these are on Yakumo's back. They seem to be psi weapon, and also it has the. Can I bring it up again? Um, it has this. I gotta get a right. See this? You see this teeth, right? It looks like that. It has the same design. It has the curved end blades. So that might be the blade. That might be the blade. Who knows? Yakuma might have like a devil trigger. He goes like fucking Batman Raven on your ass. And bro again. They didn't let him play Ryu. Obviously, they want to push Yakumo because they already know Ryu has a big following. People that love Ryu will always love Ryu. So the IGN player did not get to play. The IGN Japan player did not get to play Yakumo. Ryu. They got to play only Yakumo. And if you played Metal Gear Rising, this will be familiar for you. The assassinations. And if done correctly, the enemies do not notice you. But, here they're all kind of looking in this direction, so of course they notice. But yes, you can assassinate. And we'll see a little bit more of that later too. Using a drop, same combos, light launcher into light, light, light triangle. Same thing here, right? You see his arm. Opens the door, goes in, aggro, arm glows red. Means you're in the fight. This is the charge motion for us. He's holding right trigger and doing the heavy. He's charging the heavy attacks. It could be light attacks. I don't know how the inputs work. And boom. Essence said there. Cool thing here. Really cool thing. Look at his health bar. As soon as it finishes. Gain health back. Red Essence might give you health. Red Essence might be able to give you health. We don't know. Cool thing here. Again, there's a lot of cool things here. This game is cool as fuck. He's taking damage, but because he's in Blood Raven form, he got chipped. He took chip damage, immediately recovered it because he's attacking. You see? He armored through this attack. This guy attacked. He took the chip damage, immediately hit back, got the chip damage back. So you have this like, and I hate to use this term, but you have the health steal from like Bloodborne, the after effect thing. You get hits, and then you have a certain amount of time to recover HP. That might be like that. Again, took a hit. Took a hit here from Homeboy over there. From right side. I can bring him back a little bit, right? Buddy hit him over here. He slashed him. I'm gonna keep going back till actually the slash happens because I want to show you guys, right? You see the effect of this guy's blade just going through. He took the hit, lost health, and then some chip is remaining. He lost more health than the chip shows. But got that health back. Perfect dodge out of there. Launch this guy. Don't have Izuna drop purchase. Can't do that. OT. Reticence didn't give health. Got staggered there. Armored through all that shit. Sorry for you. Took that hit. Went there. Charging Blood Raven. And this shit is activated too. Whatever this is, it's activated. And the blade shifted. The icon for the blade shifted. I'm actually curious about that a little bit. It filled up. Yeah, he has the blade right. As soon as it starts charging, the icon shifts. Boom, single blade. You saw the wing pop up for the UI too. Amazing visual feedback. I love these guys. And yeah, this bar is going down. Boom, armor through that shit. He hit him, he killed him, and you see this, right? That's why I said that super move thing, the super bar, is what gives you this cutscene. What gives you this the steel image of like, you just fucked somebody up so bad, we're gonna pause the game for you a little bit. And his eyes going lit, and he's immediately back in the fight, right? The bar's still building. That guy died, got another cutscene. That might be their version of Steel on Bone, where you insta-kill people, where you just do so much damage that pretty much everything dies in one thing. That might be your DT. This is the boss. This is the first boss, most likely. Talked about, unless you fight Ryu as a trading partner or something like Ragebound. But yeah. Bar just ran out. If you guys saw, the bar just emptied. The super meter bar just turned off. You. That's it. But he still got the cutscene and built up some more bar. Perfect dodge doesn't give bar. Getting hit gives you bar. Killing gives you bar. And he doesn't have the bar here, so this is probably still early on. Now he got it again. Wall run is long as fuck. I love it. Instant flying swallow, delimbed, headless, done, dead. Yeah, you can charge and not charge this move. So you can charge it. He's swinging it right now. It's consuming the bar. And now this has to charge it. Boom. Doesn't delimb instantly. That did though. That flying swallow did. UT. Now, cool thing with UT. Watch this shit. Watch the super bar. Watch the super bar. Boom, 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 boom. Going up. Just filling up. Filling all the way up. Finisher. So he got at least 10% of his bar back just doing an UT. Level 2 ultimate technique, by the way. This is not the level 3. Drones are enemies. This is not a platform. This is an enemy. That's why he's locked onto it. Drones are enemies. The light can detect you. This is a stealth section. Wait for the drone. Don't fuck stuff. Stealth kill this guy. If you can run up on them. You can run up on them. But, peek it. You see this icon popped up above his head? It's like, oh, whoa, I'm noticing something. There's some sound and shit. Dead. That's it. Assassination, you get karma points for it. You good. Fights over, bar is passively regenerating. You do not have to build this in combat. That's a blessing. I know a lot of Ninja Gaiden 3 haters don't like the Nimpo system in their game. I'm half and half on it. Again, guy charges up with attack. You get notification that he's coming. He's charging. He's Raven form, so he doesn't give a fuck about attacks. He took chip damage. And he's just like everybody inside now. Big stagger. Some people got delimbed. Everybody's dead. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. You should definitely buy that game if you want to support the franchise. Uh, karma points, by the way, but just attacking. Doesn't need to be essences. Still, he's attacking, he's gaining karma points. Just boom, 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 going up. Little uh, FPS notification too. You see these waves. This is exactly where this guy is at. The game is telling you like, hey, attack is coming from this angle. You get attacked from your 5 o'clock, from your 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You get attacked from there. It's like it's telling you there's an enemy there. I don't know what this is here, but again, attack coming, guard broken. If you saw that, Buddy charges up his attack. Warning is here. Yakima goes into Blood Raven, smacks the shit out of him, out of that bullshit, shatters his dreams, and then you get this cool effect. Like, hey, you just interrupted this guy's super attack, fuck him up. Also, the ninja coins I was talking about. This right here. We get to that in a bit. OT, they're always beautiful to watch. Shuriken stagger, of course. I hope there's a just frame for that, but let's see. I like just framing, giving you more damage and stuff for being proficient. I really like getting rewarded for being good. It's one of the reasons why I like Beowulf. But yeah, this is just the fight section. He's just fighting. Yeah, they framed through that. They did explain this in the boom. This gives you iframes. It uses a little bit of bar, I think. Yeah, it uses a little bit of bar, but get at this point a little breathing room to like, okay, I need to see what's going on. All right, back in it. It's really good because in Devil May Cry, players usually do that. They double jump to get a moment of catching your breath, to just reassess what the fuck's going on in the battlefield. Like, hey, what do I need to deal with first? Same thing here. Dodged this time. Didn't get hit by that nonsense, but look, notification came in 2 seconds before the attack came in. 1, 2, perfect dodge that shit. Taking damage. Block, red. All right, out of there. We can't block anymore. Next one's gonna break your guard. We gotta get out of there. OT chain. Shuriken's essence is there. He charged, but he didn't actually commit. OT again, and last guy left. He did attack off screen. It's a little scummy. So not all attacks off screen are gonna notify you. They are not gonna all notify you. Also, you can see he get the after getting the kill, he got 50 ninja coins out here. So a little tight, but these are your basic bitch enemies in the first fight of the game. So most likely, like, look at this, right? Boom. I'm guessing this is karma. It might be a different currency. Who knows? But yeah, a lot of shit here. A lot of currency here. So the game is definitely not stingy, but things might get a little bit expensive as time goes. Stealth killed, right? 3 enemies. The guy didn't notice it. The drone didn't notice it. Essence remaining. Essence got consumed. We get something for it. But yeah, the drone is spinning the light spot here. And then the fight begins. You can't get this assassination. So, you have to be aware of the drones as well if you want to stealth. Boss fight, not all attacks are blockable. You cannot block that. It was a heavy attack. It gave him a long wind up. Try to block. Guard broken. All chip damage here. When you get guard broken, it's all chip damage. So you can get it back. But as soon as he got hit, he lost the whole health. And then he lost all the chip. And then he gained new chip damage based on the amount of health. So you gotta be really careful what you block and what you don't. Perfect block, retaliate. And this is parts of the trailer we just went through. Nothing new here. I think they're talking about. I'm pretty sure the footage that was you're seeing, not this one, but the actual IGN gameplay, these ones, these are provided footages. These are not actual live gameplay of what the IGN person was doing. This is a provided image, so the developer is actually giving a footage suitable to display everything they can talk about. A player that's their first time playing this game might not be able to do that. So this is definitely provided footage. That's my guess, though. That, yeah, let's just display all this stuff that's possible in combat early on in the game. And this is the checkpoint system I was talking about. There's a chest on the right, too. Remember that when the gameplay comes up. Yeah, interact. You talk, you save. And this is your vendor. Tyron, his name is. Okay, so, very important thing here. Tyron is pretty much the Haramusa or whatever his name, the vendor. So you buy Izuna drop for 600. Flying Swallow, you have to buy it for 500. Very cheap, very cheap. As you saw, killing one enemy gave him 50 points. Right? You kill 10 enemies, which is nothing. You can buy Flying Swallow. You can 12 enemies. You can Izuna drop. Kill fucking Math is hard. Ultimate guidance. I don't know what this is. It might be a UT type of shit because it has ultimate. Fatal flash. Probably parry. Probably parry. Art of defense. Maybe buffs your defense because there's a level one to this. Maybe your defense can actually have more of an endurance. Maybe some heavy attacks actually don't break your guard in one. Right? Ultimate technique. Final charge. This is your most likely your level 3 charge for your ultimate technique, just like Ninja Gaiden 3 worked. Ninja Gaiden 3 had 3 levels to it. Ninja Gaiden 2 and 1, I think 1 only had like 2 levels to it as well, but yeah. 1 and 2 only have 2 levels to them. They don't have a third level charge. You go 1, 2, and that's it. In 3, you go 1, 2, 3, you get the red flash, or if you have the bloody rage on, you do the max level. So, final charge is definitely level 3. Cheap still, very relatively extremely cheap. Landing ultimate technique. They learned. They know what people like to do. You do landing ultimate technique to speed it up, to skip out the charge and wind up animation. Expensive. Perfect block. Um, I hope this just means it gives you a new mechanic to your block. So, very expensive. Very handy to master, most likely. Chain link. No fucking clue what this means, but if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna say that chain link means it is a way for you to get rid of multiple dismembered enemies. So maybe chain obliteration techniques and Mirage. Your guess is as good as mine when it comes to Mirage, but if I can spitball here, I might be upgrading the bar, one of the bars. Maybe it'll give you bar on something or maybe a new move because it is the most expensive thing on the menu here. So this is a big deal, most likely. Or, my initial guess when I was talking to friends was Mirage might be the perfect dodge. It might be the one that slows down time when you perfect dodge. Or it might be Cicada Charge, which is the one in Ninja Gaiden 3 where you use Nimpo to dodge out of any situation. It could be that, but we'll see, I guess, when the game comes out because they don't show it. They just show these two and they just leave. Combat skill unlocked. Izuna drop. Cool. And you can try it out. Yes, there's training mode. Thank you, Devil May Cry 5. Thank you, Bayonetta, for setting the trend of yes, we need to train. We need to have a training room in these complex ass hack and slash games. These motherfuckers are like 5 fighting characters in one. We need to train with them. We can't just be playing the game left and right. Cool thing. These guys, Goro some things. I forgot what their name was, but yeah, Gordy. Sorry. Um, I don't think they're your crystal skulls. I don't think they're your scarabs. I think those will be their own things. I think this is just an extra thing you can collect. I don't know what they give you, but when he captures it, get this message. It gives you what they are. Gordy, you have one. Don't know what this is. I do not know what that is, but I'm really curious to see what's up. And trailer footage again. I think they're done pretty much talking about it. That was the last bit of it. You've seen everything. Like Ryu's in his amped up form. He's just destroying everything. He's a cool cutscene for killing people. Yes, and you can interact with everything there. You can actually grapple mid-fight to get to different points. I want to get launch an enemy and grapple to them because that would be a really cool way to get to high vantage points. And fuck up people that are shooting you from high vantage points. Assassination, likely, yep. So it's not as tedious as 3. You can actually walk up on them or run up on them, and you can still kill them. Aerial assassination, of course, a ninja with assassination, no brain. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. You can probably play this game if you like them. And Ragebound comes out later. Don't know when. I'm probably going to get this after I play 4. And Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. This is the year of the ninja. This is 2025 is the year of the ninja, and I could not be happier. So, that is in the IGN trailer. There's nothing else, sadly, here. We have the article, and I would probably go through this at a later time to cover it. But if you want to read it for yourself, Xbox Wire, Ninja Gaiden 4 delivering the 3D hack and slash action experience. I don't know why they just don't say hack and slash. Like, why do all this just to avoid saying hack and slash? Just say hack and slash. This is one of the founding fathers of hack and slash. You had DMC, you had Onimusha. Onimusha was a little bit of something was initially, but yeah, without Onimusha, DMC would have not existed. But yeah, like just say hack and slash. No, not character action game, none of the nonsense. But anyways, if you want the article and read it yourself, this is it right here. I will read it at a later date, and I have to go through all this stuff. But if I can show one more footage from Reddit over here, it's all this: combat skill training, hone your combat skill through Tyrant's teachings, and learn new abilities. This is where you buy skills. This is where you buy battle techniques, training room, and conversations. Metal Gear Rising stuff. Nothing happens here, but it's just you have two currencies here. I'm really curious to see what the second currency is, but yeah. And this is Tyrant. He looks extremely cool. And yeah, that's it. That's the unfortunate. That's all the footage from the Reddit, but it was new. So if there's new findings, which there most likely will be, because I doubt IGN was the only company that actually went in. But since I'm losing my voice, I'm gonna call it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope the voice was good. I think I fixed my mic, but if there's any improvements I can do, please leave feedback. I will be back with more news on Ninja Gaiden as soon as anything pops up. So keep in touch. Subscribe if you want to. Like the video if you want to. No pressure. And have a great day.